Alright, boys and girls, a couple of interesting weeks of TTMs, to say the least. I was running almost completely dry for 2 weeks, only had 4 returns in 2 weeks, but then the floodgates opened on Monday. I got, I think, 10 in one day, and got another one with 2 failures today to add on top. So I believe the total is 14 successes and 2 failures to show you, along with some purchases. So let's get ready for some graphs and laughs, and hold on to your britches, because we got a lot to show you here. I'll try to buzz right through it. So first off, I'm going to show the purchases off. Oh, before we get started, I do want to talk about shuffle trades. If you haven't submitted for this month, get your submissions in. You can actually win this Duke Snyder certified autograph. It's a hit trade, so that'll be going out to one of you lucky traders. You got to get your stuff in before the last day in November to be in the November trade. So go ahead and get that sent in. That's shuffletrades.com. Okay, now let's get started. Pick this up. I saw these for sale. There were some high prices. This one wasn't necessarily high, but it's a lower grade, and that is a Michael Jordan gold signature collector's choice card. Who would have thought back in the day that the collector's choice cards would have been actually worth money? But this is an 8.5 with Beckett, and it's an older grade, and it's got the gold signature right there, so that's probably the closest I'll get to a Jordan autograph for a while. Just not concentrating on that kind of high-end stuff right now for my personal collection. So yeah, no Major League experience, technically his rookie card, but the gold signature is pretty rare, so real nice pickup there. Let's move on to this card. This was like $9 shipped or something crazy. This is a Miguel Cino. Let's see, is it Bowman? Bowman original or super? I don't know. It's some offshoot of Topps. I believe it's some kind of an original card, and it's actually numbered out of 99, and it's a rookie card. So Cino had a pretty bad year this year, but he was a pretty hot prospect there for a while. And for $9 shipped, I was like, hell yeah. And it came in a magnetic, which, I mean, those are like $3 anyway, so that was a nice plus. All right, moving on. We have some pickups for our projects. And the first project we're going to look at is Project Goofball and Oddball Teams. And this is something I found in my own collection. Actually, I'd had it for a long time, and I threw it up on eBay to sell. I had a lot of watchers. I hadn't sold it yet, and I was like, you know what, I want to keep that. I really like that card. I'm not going to sell it. So it's going in this project. Technically, he played for 2 seasons with this team, so it's not super oddball when it comes to the oddball teams. But this is Albert Bell. So that's when he played for the Orioles, which was his last team, and he actually played 2 years for them. Probably the least known team that he played for, since it was his last 2 years. So let's go ahead and put that in oddball teams, and that'll stay in the book. And he'll sit next to Carlos Baerga as a Padre. Next up, this is another purchase. This is Mr. Grant Jackson. I think this was $3 shipped, and I really didn't want to go out and have to hunt for the card and then send off. And you know what? I just went ahead and bought it. I know he's a great signer TTM, but Grant Jackson, this is his Expos card. And he played for the Expos a total amount of 10 games. So, really cool pickup there. That's going to go in the book next to Bill. Alright, and these next pickups are for Project Archive. I think this is the Topps. Yeah, it's the Topps Archive project. So let's go ahead and get that out. Alright. And first off, we have a guy who I was pondering if I should put him in Goofball or the Archive project. I'm going to go ahead and put this one in the Archive project, but I'll probably be funding one for Project Goofball soon. The man, with the original unibrow, Wally Moon. Just an epic unibrow. And I believe he's still alive, actually, and there's a lot of autographs out there of him, a lot of interesting cards. I gotta pick a really good one for Goofball, but this was perfect for Archive. It actually almost looks exactly like his original card from the 1960 set. But it's not. It's got several variations on it. So, Wally Moon, that's going to go in the book. Let's go ahead and put her in. And it's going to go right here. Next up, we have Jose Vidro on those Expos cards. That's another certified auto, so that's out of 69. Nice. So let's get that in the book. Several pages of that. Okay, and the last one was just a crazy price for this. Certified auto of Steve Sachs. So that's out of 82. And let's get that in there. Okay. Alright, let's go ahead and move on to the TTMs, guys. The first two I'm going to show you are failures. This is coming back from Mr. Steve Wozniak. Sent him 2 custom cards to get signed. Got them back unsigned. I actually got him back in the day when he was signing. So got those back unsigned along with a letter or a flyer for his website, signedbywoz.com. And actually his prices on there are pretty good. So if you want the co-founder of Apple, go check that out. And I believe it all goes to charity. So just a really great deal. And he actually has a send-in service, but they don't have prices. You have to email them. So I might send him a message and see how much a trading card would be to get signed. The second is something a lot of people are getting back. This is coming back from Derek Jeter. I got the form letter from the Marlins. And then got some stickers. So boy, oh boy, got me some Miami Marlins stickers. I'm pretty excited about those. Those will go straight to my daughter and she'll have fun with those. So, okay, let's go ahead and jump into the successes. Again, we got 14 of them, guys. We're going to start off with a TTM legend. And this is Mr. Bryn Smith. Everybody's wrote to him. Everybody's got him. A lot of people have a million cards signed by him. And I'm going to add 3 to the collection here for Penelope. So inscribe them all to Penelope just like I asked. So great success from him. Those aren't for a project. Those will just go in a separate book. Next up, we have another TTM legend. This guy has signed great for years. And this is Mr. Bill Verdin. So got my hands on a good vintage stack of cards. And had several of these in there. I was like, might as well send to him. I know they're a great signer. So Bill signed 4 of 4 for me there. Really nice success. Alright, next up is a really cool success. I try to gauge these on how cool they are, you know, by putting the cool ones in the back and the normal ones up front. But this one was hard to do because he signed so well. This is Martin Sheen. A lot of you guys know him as President Bartlett on The West Wing. And actually wrote him a really good letter, and he wrote me back a full letter about my letter, which is amazing. I'm not going to show that to you guys because it's kind of got private stuff in there, but did sign the card here to my daughter. It's a first pitch card, and it's a President Bartlett card. So that's a custom card that I made. So got the back there. So that's a first pitch card, and I think I'm technically going to count this as the 82 set. Basically, that's what they're kind of ripping off with this custom card. So what do you guys think? You think those fit in the book? I mean, they just don't have the line going down. That's all they didn't add to stay away from the copyright. I'm going to put it in the book. I think it counts. So we're going to put that right there. Again, amazing success. The letter was awesome, but I can't really show it to you guys. Next up, a guy that is another amazing signer and guy who was an all-star player, Mr. Steve Garvey, and these turned out amazing. I thought this one was going to turn out the best, but man, oh man, look at that, man. The signature on that card held perfectly, and I thought that one was going to be a mess, so very happy with that. This is going to go in a separate book, and this one actually is a design, a Topps design. I just got to find which one it was, because it's not colored the same way. It's got the white background. So here we go. So it is the 67. Is that what it is? It's basically the 67 card, but as you can see, it's got a different design with the white background. So I'm going to count it. It's just a variation of that design. So it's going to go in the book. So Steve Garvey. Very cool success there. I have several of those out, and we should be seeing more of those come in soon. All right, next up we have a guy who's probably going to be in the Hall of Fame eventually, and he is signing like a madman right now. A lot of people getting him back. So I sent off 3 cards that I had laying around, and he inscribed them amazingly. So you have Roger Craig, 1000, 1985. Roger Craig, 3-time Super Bowl champion. And this one is actually for oddball teams. So those are amazing. Those are going to be put into a separate book. But this one is an oddball team success. So he played for the Raiders for a total of 15 games. And I believe I had a Vikings card of Craig in there before, so this will be replacing that because he played for the Vikings like 2 seasons, I believe. So, all right, next up we have Bobby Allison, and he loaded me up with extras here. So he signed all 3 cards, and let's see here. He signed this Legends card. He signed this 84 Donruss remake, and this 85. So really nice success from Bobby Allison. But he also threw in the extras, a flyer, and also a card signed by, I believe, his son, Donnie Allison. So really awesome success. I think it's his son, or maybe his brother. I can't remember. So I sent 3, I got 5 back. So really happy with that. So those will be going to the side, and this one will be a separate book, and these will go into the Donruss Flair Score Archive project, which I'll do at the end, because a lot of these are kind of mixing and matching now. Now that I'm getting other stuff that's not tops, it's hard to switch back and forth with binders, so I'm just going to throw it to the side and do it at the end. Okay, next up we have Mr. Vent Surf. He is the guy who co-developed TCP IP, and you're like, who did he co-develop it with? Well, he co-developed it with he co-developed it with Mr. Robert Kahn. And he actually did sign these 2 cards, but he signed them on the back. So kind of stinks there, because I want to get them dual signed, but he signed it all. So I'm going to send it to Robert Kahn. Why do I keep saying Roger? Robert Kahn anyway, to get dual signed. And these guys are considered some of the main people in the founding of the internet. So really happy to that. Signed it to my daughter just like I asked. And real nice success for Mr. Vent Surf. He also wrote a little note on the side, so that was very nice. Okay, next up we have successes from Mr. John Ratzenberger. He is notably in every single Pixar movie. He does a voice in every single Pixar movie. And these are the 2 that my daughter likes the best, Ham and the Underminer. So got those signed. I asked him to inscribe them. He didn't, but that's okay. It happens. When guys get a lot of mail, they don't get to read all the letters. So Ham and Underminer signed them perfectly there. That one got smeared, but you know, that stuff's going to happen. So those will go in the Donruss Archive project. All right, again, we have another animated character, Pocahontas. This is actually signed by Judy Kuhn, and this is a card of her on Broadway in Les Mis, and she didn't sign it on the front because it's dark, but she did sign it on the back to my daughter. So really happy with that. She was the singing voice of Pocahontas in the movie. So awesome return. Again, that'll go in the archive project at the end. All right, moving on. This one is awesome. Did not expect to get this one back necessarily. I know a lot of people have got him, but I'm sure he's getting flooded right now. Mr. Jesse Orozco. So actually did a custom card for this one because he didn't have a card of his least, the team that he played the least amount of games for. So got a card for the fan favorites set. Obviously that's a big part of this archive set for Topps. Signed it to my daughter just like I asked. Says "You Rock," which is amazing, and that's going to go in the 86. So let's flip over to 86. This thing is getting thick. All right, and signed this custom card for the Cardinals. And Jesse actually pitched played a total of 6 games for the Cardinals. So there were no trading cards of Jesse Orozco on the Cardinals, and got that one signed. So that was great. Probably the only Cardinals card signed by Jesse Orozco in existence. So that'll be going in the Weird Teams card, and the Weird Teams project, the Oddballs. Sorry guys, I'm a little scatterbrained right now. Got a lot going on, if you can't tell. All right, next up, we got 3 more guys. This one is an awesome success. This is for Project Goofball, and this is Sexy Scott Pollard. So pick this because he has kind of like glamour shot pose going on here, and actually included a question in my letter, and he answered it. So asked, what was the story behind this spectacular glamour shot pose? And he said, they wanted me to get casual that was me being casual. So I'm trying to send out these questions with as many as possible, but I forget sometimes. So you may see me get some goofball returns with the question not intact, but real happy to get that one back from Scott Pollard. Okay, and 2 more here. This one is actually a guy who signs pretty decently. He's a racing legend. This is coming back from Dave Marcis. Sent this 1984 Donruss remake archive card, and it's signed to my daughter perfectly. Also sent a custom from Money Mike. He sent those to me and signed it great there for my daughter. Real happy with that. But dude, he went above and beyond and actually sent 2 of his own cards signed. So these are 2 from another set. Signed those. I did not send those. And then this one's awesome. That is a certified auto inscribed to my daughter from this select series. So just amazing return from him. Signed 5 out of 2. I sent 2. I got 5 back. So that's why it's so high up here in the list. It's just an amazing return from him. Really happy to get that back. And the last one, guys, a lot of people got this back too, but it's not a baseball card. So I figured it deserves to be in last place. Rob Manfred, signed baseball. I believe it was via email that was requested, so got that back, and that turned out really well. Let's go ahead and put these archive cards in now, so get them in the book. I'm getting a lot more of these Donruss Fleer score cards for the archive sets, so I'm going to have to figure out a way to do these videos a little smoother, but for now, this is the way I'm going to go about it. I'm just going to go ahead and put them in at the end. Again, no cover. I know, it's been chaos here. I apologize. I'll get on top of things eventually, but let's go ahead and get these in the book. So let's go ahead and sort these a little bit. So we got some Donruss cards. We got some, here we go. That way we can just put them all in at the same time. Let's get these in the book. Okay. First we have, let's see, 84s. So we have a couple 84s. So we have Dave Marcis. And we have Bobby Allison. Okay, next we have 85. Actually, I called the 87 and 85 earlier. I apologize. So that is Judy Kuhn and John Ratzenberger and John Ratzenberger. So all those are cartoon characters. I have like 5 more of them out there, so hopefully those come in. Those are really cool to get. So let's go ahead and move on. None for the 86. Then we have 1 for the 87, which is Bobby Allison. So we got like 3 giant like racing titans here on top. Richard Petty, Bobby Allison, and Bill Elliott. Okay. Then we have, what is this? Was it Fleer? This is Vince Cerf. And we're going to go ahead and put this one in the book. And this one will go in the back for trade bait later. Okay, let's go ahead and get our goofball project out and get those in, and then we'll wrap up this video. Okay, for Project Goofball, we had our Scott Pollard, which we got in. We'll put that there. Then we also had the Oddball Teams, so let's go ahead and go to that set. The Oddball Teams. And we had our Jesse Orozco custom card and our Roger Craig Raiders card. So those are in the book now, guys, and that is it for today. I just want to remind you guys to go to shuffletrades.com and submit your autograph cards for a random blind trade for the month of November. You could win that Duke Snider certified auto, and also we're going to be doing our TTM of the season drawing on video. So if you go over to our Autographers Anonymous podcast, and if you won any of our weeks, you might win that. So check that out. That'll be coming out in the next couple days. All right, guys. I'm Zane Savage, and you take care. And I'm exhausted. And you take care, all of you autograph addicts.